Amidst a wave of remakes sweeping across Asia, Gong, the beloved childhood hit, is set to make a comeback nearly 2 decades later. But in this nostalgic moment, the most surprising twist lies in the fan-casted dream team, Kim Hye-yoon and Lee Jae-wook, the iconic duo from Extraordinary You. Is this a bold new gamble, or the perfect match to usher Gong into a new generation? When childhood memories meet Gen Z. Gong, Princess Hours, the 2006 drama adaptation of the popular manhwa, became a cultural phenomenon with its imaginative portrayal of a Korea under constitutional monarchy. At the heart of the story was Kim Hye-yoon, an ordinary girl who becomes a royal princess through an arranged marriage with the cold and distant crown prince, Lee Jae-wook's portrayal of Hye-yoon, alongside Yoo Ji-hoon as Lee Shin, defined a generation's understanding of romantic drama. Fast forward to 2021, when news of a remake hit social media, Korean netizens exploded with excitement. But instead of focusing on the past, fans quickly proposed a bold casting direction, calling for the cast of Extraordinary You, especially Kim Hye-yoon and Lee Jae-wook, to take on the iconic lead roles. Is this merely nostalgia-driven fan service, or a visionary step forward to revitalize a classic? Kim Hye-yoon, from fairy tale princess to emotionally complex heroine. The original Kim Hye-yoon was charmingly clumsy, cheerful, and deeply emotional, traits that Yoon brought to life with warmth and sincerity. But for today's Gen Z audience, Hye-yoon needs to be more than just a sweet underdog. She must be layered, resilient, and nuanced enough to resonate with modern viewers. Enter Kim Hye-yoon. Known for her breakout role as Dan Oh in Extraordinary You, Kim portrayed a character who discovers she's trapped in a comic book world and dares to rebel against her scripted fate. That defiant yet vulnerable spirit is exactly what a modern Hye-yoon needs, someone who can navigate the pressures of palace life without losing her identity. Fans agree, Hye-yoon would make a great crown princess. Because she isn't just adorable, she's thoughtful, sharp, and emotionally intelligent. In a world where traditional fairy tale heroines are being reimagined, Kim Hye-yoon offers the perfect balance of charm and strength. Lee Jae-wook, more than just a cold gaze. If Hye-yoon is a complex character, then Lee Shin is an even tougher nut to crack. He's cold, aloof, emotionally stunted, yet deep down, yearning for connection. Yoo Ji-hoon's portrayal was iconic, but today's remake needs a fresh interpretation. Many fans believe that Lee Jae-wook is the ideal choice to reimagine the Crown Prince for a new era. Lee Jae-wook has delivered powerful performances in dramas like Do Do Sol Sol La La Sol and Alchemy of Souls, but it was his role as Baek Kyung in Extraordinary You, a conflicted tsundere type love interest, that convinced fans he was born to play Lee Shin. Unlike some actors with visual appeal but limited emotional range, Lee Jae-wook brings depth, vulnerability, and undeniable screen presence. He can portray a prince who isn't just icy, but quietly broken, guarded, and painfully human, exactly what a modern audience craves. The Extraordinary You factor, fan nostalgia meets smart casting. It's no coincidence that fans are fixated on Kim Hye-yoon and Lee Jae-wook. Extraordinary You may not have broken ratings records, but it became a viral sensation and cultivated a loyal fanbase. The natural chemistry, emotional storytelling, and standout performances from the leads made them the most requested unfinished couple in recent memory. As one fan put it, still a bit regretful about the young couple in Extraordinary You, so I want to see them again. Reuniting them in a high-profile remake like Gong isn't just nostalgic, it's a savvy move that could draw both longtime fans and curious new viewers. A remake that needs more than just pretty faces. The proposed remake comes at a time when K-dramas are shifting from formulaic storytelling to deeper, character-driven narratives. Simply rehashing the old Gong with fresh visuals won't be enough. In today's competitive landscape, remakes must offer fresh perspectives, emotional authenticity, and cultural relevance. While names like Song Kang, Lee Jae-wook, Lo Eun, and Kim Young-dae are frequently mentioned, few possess the combined charm, range, and chemistry of the Extraordinary You duo. The remake will need actors who don't just look the part, they must breathe new life into these classic roles, making them relevant to today's audience. Conclusion: bridging the past and the present with creative courage. Gong is more than a drama. It's a memory, a cherished piece of youth, nostalgia, and emotion. But in passing that legacy to a new generation, the goal should not be replication but reimagination. If Kim Hye-yoon and Lee Jae-wook are cast, it won't just be a fan-fueled decision, it will be a bold and timely choice, one that acknowledges the past while boldly stepping into the future. Perhaps the perfect time for Gong to return is now, when it can be told by the young, for the young, serving as a bridge between the dreamlike palace of yesterday and the emotionally rich storytelling of today. As soon as news broke about the remake of the legendary K-drama Goong, Princess Hours, one unexpected reaction swept across the internet. A tidal wave of fans calling for the return of Kim Hye-yoon and Lee Jae-wook, the beloved fake dating couple from Extraordinary You. But what's behind this feverish desire to reunite a pair that never truly had their moment in the spotlight? A classic returns, and fans rewrite the cast. On March 5th, K-drama fans were shaken with excitement after confirmation that Gong, one of the most iconic dramas of the 2000s, would be remade. Originally aired in 2006, Gong captured millions with its alternate universe story of a modern Korean monarchy, where a regular schoolgirl is suddenly thrust into palace life through an arranged marriage with the aloof crown prince. Within hours of the remake announcement, Korean social media was flooded, not just with nostalgia, but with casting wishlists. Topping that list? Kim Hye-yoon and Lee Jae-wook, not just rising stars, but a pairing that had done finished business from their previous work together in Extraordinary You. Why fake love left a real impact? In Extraordinary You, Kim Hye-yoon played Dan Oh, a bright and feisty girl who discovers she's a character in a comic book. Lee Jae-wook played Baek Kyung, her cold, reluctant fiancé in the story, who softens only in hidden moments off the page. Their on-screen relationship was defined by forced proximity and scripted love, the ultimate fake dating trope. Yet despite being written to love each other, the emotional tension between Dan Oh and Baek Kyung hinted at something real. Their chemistry was crackling. Their glances lingered. But just when the couple might have moved beyond the boundaries of a scripted romance, the plot pulled them apart, leaving viewers both heartbroken and hooked. That emotional void never healed. And now, fans see the Gong remake as the second chance that fate, and the comic book world, deny them. A second chance at royal romance. The story of Gong, a common girl navigating palace life alongside a guarded prince, mirrors the emotional terrain that Hye-yoon and Jae-wook explored in Extraordinary You. But this time, it wouldn't be fake. This time, the love could be real, not bound by panels or plot devices, but allowed to grow naturally on screen. That's the fantasy fans are clinging to. On social media, comments like "Still not over Baek Kyung and Dan Oh, give us our ending," and "Jae-wook and Hye-yoon deserve to reunite in a drama where they can actually fall in love" had gone viral. One post suggesting them as the leads of Gong garnered over 1 million views in 24 hours on Korean forums. This isn't just a fan campaign. It's a cultural craving, the need for closure, for justice, for a romance that was too layered to stay fictional.